I just did random shit. Is that art? I have a question, guys. I want to share stuff with you. I've been watching a movie that I really liked. It was called, help me chat, the new Wes Anderson movie, the French something. And the movie is just a collection of little short stories that are interesting and artistic. Artistic, not autistic. Wow, you're so funny, Kevin. The French Dispatch. And in one of the stories that I really enjoyed, it's about an insane artist inside an insane asylum, and he paints a picture. Do you think this is art, chat? This is so interesting about art, because imagine you date a girl and she goes to an art exhibition with you and she shows you this. What do you feel? Because I think this is amazing. I personally think it's really good. But isn't that so interesting about humans? Why is it good? Why? I think a lot of people, yeah, if you look at chat, say this is good. Yeah, this an insane asylum guy made this because he loved a girl. This is how he feels about love or something. I think this is beautiful as fuck. But then I wonder, like, why is it looking good? Why does the human brain make that assumption? It's snobbish. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that what art is about? That, look at chat, everybody has a different opinion. I love that shit. Yeah, there's supposed to be a female there. Yeah. That's Adrian Brody, bruh. I think that's... maybe I'm becoming snobbish as older I get, but I think that's beautiful. Because, you know, I always had a very, very bad relation to art. From the ghetto, East German, right, I don't care. And as I got older, Lisa will sometimes take me to art exhibitions in Leipzig, which is mostly art exhibitions made by hipsters, you know, by young, hip, dreadlock people. And dude, it is just my opinion. It's just my humble opinion. I obviously have no right to judge, but I always feel like every time I go to art exhibitions with hipsters, it's all fucking trash. They paint like a trash can, and the World Trade Centers in the background, they're like, this represents our current, and I don't know. But then I personally always like if you go to the Louvre and you look at these paintings from the 1800s, 1700s, you're like, wow, that is skill, man. That fucking, like, dude, my favorite painting in the world is this one. Thermopylae Louvre. This is King Leonidas. Like, to me, no offense, but this is skill. This is fucking wow, man. Like, fuck. That needs skill. But then you go to these hipster exhibitions and they paint like a fucking child, and it's fucking, it's the new age. No, it's fucking trash, man. I think this is fake stuff, you know? I don't know. Show hipster art. Hipster art. How will I show hipster art, man? Hipster art. How will I show hipster art? How would I show hipster art? What's hipster art? Like this. That's hipster art in a way, right? Like, it's not bad. Shit, where is it now? I don't fucking know what I'm trying to show. You know what I mean, though, right? Let's not go into art in this stream. That seems random dumb. I just always felt very, very bored when Lisa pulled me into art exhibitions. I was like, bro, fuck all this trash.
Modern art is expensive. From completely white canvases to simple abstract colors, these seemingly basic works can cost you millions.
And that, I think, I will never get in my life. I think it's a scam for rich people to get tax write-offs. But that is totally a rich person looking for tax write-offs, man.
What makes their price so high? And how
come on, that is totally tax write-offs. There's no way.
This much money.
What the fuck? I have that right in my house, graffiti, dude. Fuck off. They are totally scamming the people, I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Human Genome Project. Still a bit ahead of time. I don't want to go too far ahead of time. Don't want to do that. Let's get all the encryption. Let's pay some debt. I just want to pay attention here to the game a little bit and go back. That's insane. But then, you know, once again, to me, this is trash, but I love this. Isn't that weird? Why? Like, I like this. I understand that this one is worth millions. For some reason. But you know what I think it is? What I think? It's the story behind it. Imagine there's a painting that was made by an insane person in an asylum who fell in love with a god and painted the god. And that's a story, right? But a fucking Jane who has rich parents went to art school and made this. I don't think the story is well. Maybe it's the story. I don't know. Thank you, Zato. Like Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh was fucking mental, cuts off his ear. That's interesting to people. Wow, I want stuff from him. I get that.
Modern art is a wide field, covering everything from around 1870 to 1970. But say modern art to someone on the street,
I'm gonna shut my mouth.
And chances are they possibly picture something like this. At the turn of the century, art
15 million, Habibi. I guarantee you from the bottom, man, that this is a tax write-off. What they do is these rich people, they look at, they have too many taxes, they have too much money and they have to pay taxes. So what they do is they don't buy this for tax. What they do is they hire an art expert, right? They hire this expert, and that expert can be a tax write-off. And then they have like deals. Hey, make sure that it's a 15 million one. It's a piece of shit, Josh. No, just fucking make it 15 million.
Abstract
and that's how they fucking save their money.
And even performance art. Art was no longer just about representing the world with skill.
Why are we looking at art chat?
That skill faded away after
Why not though? Fuck it.
invented. Once photography was invented, that was a skill that camera could do, so artists no longer felt that that was their prime.
That is genius. I never thought about that. Why did art change? Because once cameras were invented, you didn't have to make realistic pictures anymore. Because camera, wow, I never even thought about that. The camera is kind of responsible for modern art in a way, if you think about that. That makes total sense, man.
Primary reason for making art. Art isn't about beauty. It never was, really.
Art generally became more conceptual and more challenging, but this change wasn't popular with everyone. In a 2016 study of the
Wait, right here. The art market is a scam and rich people ruin it. Oh, and run it. Run it. There you go. I was just talking about this.
Public, 28% of people don't consider this art. 65% of people don't think this is art. And 83% of the public definitely don't consider this to be art.
Only 83? You would think it's more. Getting tech helicopters, boys. Okay, I hope you have time until I have 1,800 pp, man.
Over 100 years after its creation, the work is still somehow as divisive and controversial as ever with the public. But that hasn't stopped record prices being set.
I think most people think that modern or contemporary artists are having a laugh at their expense, and nobody wants to feel a fool.
For many who are immediately dismissive of these pieces, frustration also often comes when they see the price.
Talking about me.
Most of us, I think, tend to be cynics, and I think...
It feels a bit like a bubble, right? It's a bubble of... It's like NFTs. Someone sells you dumb shit and you pay it, even though it's worth nothing.
With value, and that I think that triggers the question of, well, why is it that much, or why such a high value if I could probably do this. I think unless you're in the market and actively buying art, there's no need to look at art and think of a price tag. It shouldn't.
Well said. Very well said.
The way you look at art.
For the artists involved, what looks simple can be the culmination of a lifetime's work. Take the black square, for example.
Okay, that actually touches me for some reason. 1915. That actually touches me. Why? It's so weird. I feel weird. What the fuck is this shit? That actually touches me. It's the black plate, Tommy.
By turn of the century avant-garde artist Kazimir Malevich. This simple black painting didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of 20 years of simplification and development.
Oh, that is interesting how he got simpler and simpler.
When it was shown, the black square was...
Maybe he just realized, dude, these idiots buy everything I do anyway.
It's a revolutionary symbol, exhibited at the top corner of the room, a spot reserved for Orthodox religious icons. Making this work wasn't exactly an easy decision either, and in 1930, Stalin's regime confiscated Malevich's artworks and manuscripts, and he was jailed for 2 months.
Yes, the white canvases or the black canvases are very rarely all they've done. They haven't just come out of school and said, I'm going to paint a black canvas. I mean, as much as we
But
might...
once again, if you think about this black painting she just showed, it's the story, right? Like how the artist had to go through a process, and whoa, he was even imprisoned by Stalin. Ooh, wow. Once again, the story. If some random ass fuck makes that, no one cares.
We could do that. Yes, we could do that.
It's a lot about the story
But
and the name behind it.
artist has thought of it and probably had a journey, quite a long journey.
Yeah,
and
he had a long
process
journey.
to get there.
The works aren't just made for profit. It's often only after the artist is dead that the art can fetch the incredible price that it's reached today. In 2008, one of Maleevich's abstract works sold for $60 million. And the demand for these important modern
penis.
works is only going to increase.
The natural trend is for you to see a rise in
I had a
prices,
long
but
journey
that's
too.
because it's these true masterpieces are rarer to find because they're really all in museums.
But setting an actual price can be tough. In the end, the value is only...
Like, I'm a really an asshole, because I feel like this painting, you know what he does? That's just trash. I don't think he's gonna say, this is my feelings. No, you're just fucking doing random shit, bro. Okay, that's like me doing... No, I just did random shit. Is that art? I don't
only going
fucking
to
buy
be
this,
what
dude.
people are willing to pay.
I'm not
As
sold.
long as there's going to be artists producing, there's always going to be sort of shifts in tendencies and taste, I would say also, in taste in the market.
I don't want to look at a Brazilian tank
seems
right
like
now.
every
Thank
year
you.
there's a
Beat the
new
moon.
record
That's
price.
Fruit Loops.
And as extreme wealth inequality increases, so does the
Fuck.
number of millionaires willing to pay the fortune required for these works. No matter what the artist intended, art is now seen as an easy investment by many, and companies have appeared that treat art purely
It's
as
in
an
the end
asset
all
for
about money,
financial
dude.
gain.
All about money.
But despite the ever-increasing prices of the modernist masterpieces, for 99% of the artists out there, their work has always been a labour of love.
There are obviously people out there with a lot of money who view art just to be a commodity, nothing else. But
That is
there's
truly a
gonna be
world I know
people
nothing
who
about. I don't get this shit, dude.
purchase or engage with it because they take genuine pleasure from it, or it stimulates them, or they feel it enriches them.
But the world works like this, right? There's no real value for anything. You can always just make up a value, right? If you have a good name in the art scene, you're gonna sell, man. People are gonna buy your shit, dude.
I'm an abstract painter.
It's like an NFT, right? An
not
NFT
really
is
dealing
nothing.
much
It means
form.
nothing.
I became
But
quite
in a
obsessed.
certain
I was
scene where people are
painting
willing to,
all day,
there's
all night,
always a
and
market for anything if people want to pay.
that really
That's just real
kind of
life.
Took a hold of me, so it's not easy being an artist in London. There's a lot of really good talent out there. I think you've really got to be good to actually make any money. You don't have the, I suppose, network initially. Yeah, it's a really expensive habit, to be honest. I suppose
Just building up
everybody's got
industry,
devices,
nothing crazy
but,
here.
it's my kind of passion and hobby, so that's where all my time, effort, and kind of spare finances go.
But I
Trends in the
don't want to
market
sit here and
may
talk shit about these people's hobbies and
Prices
stuff.
will
All I want to
shift,
just say is I don't
but the
really get it.
popularity of
It's
modern
not
and
reaching. Maybe
contemporary
I'm just
art
dumb.
Isn't going anywhere.
But I don't want to talk shit. I mean, I'm in the Twitch gaming scene. They will think I'm an idiot. Well, I get paid though. I mean, some of them get paid too. You know, they get fucking paid. They get shit done. So why not? If you get paid. I just think I think the whole talk started with I want to call out fakeness in that scene. Like, you know, some random normie goes to an art exhibition in Leipzig and there's art made by a 22-year-old art student. And then the person's like, oh my god, this is insane. Like, you know, these kind of people that give mad value to something even though it's like, no, it's not. It's not that epic. You're just trying to be snobbish. You're just trying to feel special and be part of this group or something. I don't know. What do you think about this art? And before that's Hitler. That's something I would call skilled art. This is something not everyone can do. This is skilled. But stuff like this doesn't pay anymore nowadays, right? That's a painting that's mostly in grandma rooms, right? When you visit your grandma, she always has a painting like this. Yeah.